Wang Lin reveals himself as the Vermilion Bird Divine Emperor and crushes Li Yunzi's arrogance, turning a demand into humiliation and forcing submission. The two late-stage Nirvana Cleanser elders exchanged a glance, then turned their gaze toward the early-stage Nirvana Shatterer elder. It was clear they were acting under his command. The old man looked at Wang Lin. His expression remained calm, yet his heart churned with shock. He too could have slain Ren Tao with 2 fingers, but he was a Nirvana Shatterer cultivator. Wang Lin, by contrast, stood only at the peak of the Nirvana Scryer stage. Considering this, he could not help but treat the man before him with great caution. And more importantly, 9 mysterious transformations. The old man's mind trembled. The gazes of the surrounding elders pressed down upon him like an invisible weight. After a brief moment of thought, he spoke in a composed tone. "Welcome, Divine Emperor." As his words fell, the other 2 elders relaxed. They spoke in unison, "Welcome, Divine Emperor." Behind them, the sect members who followed these 3 elders all bowed with respect, greeting Wang Lin together. "Welcome, Divine Emperor." At that instant, tens of thousands of voices echoed across the land. The sound surged like thunder, shaking the heavens and earth. Wang Lin's expression remained indifferent. Though he stood surrounded by cheers and reverence, he understood clearly many among them were unwilling. His cultivation alone was not enough to suppress them all. But he did not care. His heart had never belonged to the Vermilion Bird Divine sect. Amid the roaring celebration, a few individuals were lost in their own thoughts, their emotions tangled, their minds far away. Tarshan was the first. He did not go to greet Wang Lin. Instead, he remained where he was, silently gazing at the sky. Though he could not see Wang Lin across the vast distance between planets, he could faintly sense his presence. The echoes of celebration reached his ears. His expression was complicated. After a long while, he let out a quiet sigh and closed his eyes, returning to cultivation. Yet his mind refused to settle. There was another much the same. He sat atop a city wall surrounded by scattered wine jugs. He lifted one and drank deeply, sorrow etched across his face. Compared to the lively scene around Wang Lin, this old man seemed utterly desolate. Behind him, Ling Er stood quietly, accompanying him in silence. Aside from Tarshan and Master Chen Yi, there was one more whose emotions were equally conflicted, Shu Liguo. Surrounded by flames, he cursed endlessly as though he would never tire. "Murderer Wang Lin, why haven't you let your Grandpa Zhu out yet? Just you wait, just you wait." Over the next 2 days, the remaining elders from the other 3 divine sects arrived to congratulate Wang Lin on ascending as the Vermilion Bird Divine Emperor. The entire sect grew increasingly lively. Wang Lin treated the elders of the other sects with courtesy. After all, the 4 divine sects stood as one. Moreover, most of these elders had witnessed his abilities in the demon spirit land. Naturally, they did not look down on him, despite his Nirvana Scryer cultivation. After exchanging formalities, the elders were arranged accommodations. Their attention toward Wang Lin was unmistakable. In particular, the 3 head elders of the Azure Dragon Divine Sect showed him deep respect. 3 years earlier, when Wang Lin had delivered news of the Azure Dragon Divine Emperor, they had learned the truth. For that, they felt immense gratitude. The ascension of a new Divine Emperor required a grand ceremony. This was an unchanging tradition of the 4 divine sects. Wang Lin could not alter it. The ceremony was set for the 6th day. Under normal circumstances, Wang Lin would have been overwhelmed with duties, barely finding time to rest. He would need to familiarize himself with countless matters within the sect. Moreover, not all elders truly acknowledged him. They merely obeyed the former Divine Emperor's command. Yet Wang Lin did none of this. His agreement to become the Vermilion Bird Divine Emperor had always been a transaction. For 3 years, the old Divine Emperor had aided him greatly. Though it was part of their deal, Wang Lin still intended to repay that kindness. However, he knew well he could not remain in one place for long. During these 3 years, he would often awaken from cultivation with a creeping sensation crawling across his skin. Once or twice might have been nothing, but over these years it had occurred no fewer than 10 times. The feeling grew clearer each time. It seemed to originate from planet Suzaku. Wang Lin understood. As his cultivation rose, so too did his sensitivity to danger. This foreboding, it pointed unmistakably to Tuo Sen. The raw Tuo Sen had left behind 1,000 years ago still echoed in his mind. There will come a day when I return to take back Tu Si's inheritance. I fear Tuo Sen will soon break free. Wang Lin sat upon a stone at the edge of a volcano on one of the main planets. Smoke coiled upward, heat surging violently from below. Tuo Sen was like a blade suspended above his head, ready to fall at any moment. This looming crisis had haunted Wang Lin for over 1,000 years. Now, with his ancient god original body at 5 stars, and with the inherited memories, he could accurately assess the power of an 8-star ancient god. The result left him shaken. With such an enemy, one who could escape at any time and hunt him relentlessly, there was no possibility of remaining here in peace. Otherwise, he would only bring ruin upon the 4 divine sects, dragging them into destruction beneath Tuo Sen's wrath. After 1,000 years of cultivation, Wang Lin was no longer the weak core formation cultivator of the past. Though Tuo Sen was terrifying, Wang Lin was not without preparation. If Celestial Emperor Qing Lin could be revived, how would he compare to Tuo Sen? A glint flashed in Wang Lin's eyes as he looked down the mountain. Every planet within the Vermilion Bird Divine Sect burned endlessly, a sea of crimson stretching as far as the eye could see. I will rescue the Azure Dragon Divine Emperor as repayment. If I can evade Tuo Sen's slaughter, if I can gain the power to defeat him, then I will return and ensure the Vermilion Bird Divine Sect prospers. He paused, gazing silently at the sky. A bitter smile touched his lips. If I fall to Tuo Sen, I will not let you escape so easily. This world is filled with greed. I wonder how many will be tempted by the allure of an 8-star ancient god. A cold smile appeared on his face. At that moment, a stream of flame approached from afar. When it came within 100 feet, the fire dispersed, revealing a red-robed elder. The old man looked at Wang Lin calmly and spoke, Divine Emperor, the Corpse Sect, all heaven, and the nation of Chu Yun have sent messengers. They await you in the back hall. Will you receive them? This elder was not among the 6 who had gone to the demon spirit land. Wang Lin only knew his surname Shu, and that he was a mid-stage Nirvana Shatterer cultivator, holding considerable authority among his peers. In recent days, many envoys from the Alliance had come to offer congratulations. Wang Lin had not received them personally. Sect members and elders handled such matters. But All Heaven and the Corpse Sect, this was their first visit. Wang Lin pondered briefly. Thinking of his plans regarding Tuo Sen, he changed his mind. He rose and said calmly, I will meet them. The elder Shu studied him, then spoke again. I wish to know the Divine Emperor's intentions. Not only I many elders share this doubt. I hope the Divine Emperor can answer. Rescue the Azure Dragon Divine Emperor. With those words, Wang Lin did not look back. He transformed into a ray of light and departed. Elder Shu's body trembled. He stared at the place where Wang Lin vanished, his expression shifting dramatically. Azure Dragon Divine Emperor. He gasped sharply. No further questions were needed. Those 4 words alone stirred a storm within his heart. Aside from the former Divine Emperor and the 3 head elders of the Azure Dragon Divine Sect, none knew this secret. Now that he had heard it, his mind churned violently. For the first time, he felt Wang Lin was unfathomable, deep beyond measure. The back hall of the Vermilion Bird Divine Sect was constructed entirely of red jade. From afar it shone brilliantly. Red trees surrounded it, and even the ground beneath was paved in crimson stone. Waves of intense heat radiated outward, filling the surroundings. Inside the hall, 2 men and 1 woman sat waiting. The woman was strikingly beautiful. She wore a blue silk dress that revealed part of her chest. Her eyes were captivating, a trace of allure hidden within. She observed the 2 men before her with care. One was an old man, the other a bald young man. The old man wore a red robe exuding a sense of majesty. His eyes were closed, yet the space around him distorted faintly as though he did not belong to this world. His cultivation was clearly extraordinary. The bald man appeared ordinary, dressed in a green robe. His demeanor was calm, yet at times confusion flickered in his eyes, only to vanish in the next moment. But the woman noticed something. Each time that confusion surfaced, the surrounding origin energy would pause, if only for an instant. If Wang Lin were present, he would immediately recognize both the old man and the bald youth. They were not strangers to him. At that moment, a junior disciple entered with tea and fruit. After setting them down, the disciple quietly withdrew. The woman lifted her cup and gently blew across the surface of the tea. She glanced at the old man and smiled. "I presume you are All Heaven's Li Yunzi. This junior is Li Yingji of the Corpse sect. Greetings, senior." The red-robed elder was the ancestor of the Zhan family of All Heaven Li Yunzi. When Li Yunzi opened his eyes, a cold light flickered within them. He looked at the beautiful woman before him and spoke calmly, his voice steady and without warmth. "I am Li Yunzi." The beautiful woman smiled faintly. She raised her cup, took a slow sip, then set it down with care. Her smile deepened, yet her gaze remained sharp. Senior Li Yunzi's name resounds throughout all heaven. For all heaven to send Senior here to congratulate the newly appointed Vermilion Bird Divine Emperor. It would seem all heaven seeks to build a friendly relationship with him. Li Yunzi's expression did not change. His voice remained level. "You are a core disciple of the Corpse sect. At such a young age, you have already reached the Nirvana Cleanser stage. Rumor says you command 4 corpse puppets, and 3 are no weaker than Nirvana Shatterer cultivators. For the Corpse sect to send you, it shows they also place great importance on the new Vermilion Bird Divine Emperor." The woman's pupils contracted ever so slightly, though her expression remained composed. "This fellow cultivator must be from the Alliance," she said, shifting her attention to the bald man. "I wonder what your name is." The bald man spoke without haste. "From the country of Juyun, Moji, Moja." The woman frowned faintly. The name was unfamiliar to her. Yet Li Yunzi's eyes suddenly narrowed. He turned toward the bald man and observed him more carefully. After a long moment, he spoke in a low voice. "So, you are Moji." The bald man smiled and cupped his hands. "Moji greets Senior." The beautiful woman pondered briefly, then asked fellow cultivator Mo, "Senior Li Yunzi, do either of you know the identity of the new Vermilion Bird Divine Emperor?" Li Yunzi picked up his cup, glanced at it, and set it down again. "I only know that this person is extremely arrogant. He has not met any of the other envoys. The 4 divine sect refuses to reveal his name. They keep it hidden. He had come to the Vermilion Bird Divine sect under orders from the Thunder Celestial Temple. On the surface, it was a congratulatory visit. Beneath that, there was a deeper purpose, one that required direct contact with the new Divine Emperor. This matter was of great importance. Otherwise, he would not have come personally. The beautiful woman lowered her voice slightly. "This junior has heard something. 3 years ago, during the battle at Celestial Emperor Qing Lin's cave, it is said the Vermilion Bird Divine Sect took someone away." Li Yunzi let out a cold snort. He was naturally aware of this matter. All heaven had already considered it. Only Master Flamespark believed it was highly likely to be him. The others dismissed it. It was too absurd, too inconceivable. Him. A trace of disdain flickered in Li Yunzi's eyes. He does not have the qualifications to become the Divine Emperor. If not for Qing Shui, Li Yunzi would have already captured that person and refined him into a puppet. He would have used him to probe the mysteries of the battle scroll. If anyone claimed that Wang Lin was the new Divine Emperor, Li Yunzi would never believe it. At the thought of Qing Shui, his mind settled. Qing Shui's disappearance was within his expectations. He even knew that the upheaval at the Alliance headquarters was directly tied to Qing Shui. Aside from completing All Heaven's mission, Li Yunzi had a personal goal. He intended to use All Heaven's name to demand Wang Lin from the Vermilion Bird Divine Sect. In his view, the sect had already extracted whatever value Wang Lin possessed during these 3 years. Now Wang Lin was likely useless to them. It should not be difficult to take him away. The beautiful woman looked at Li Yunzi, her brows slightly knit. Oh, it is said that his spell once killed Master Void. He also slew 2 of the All-Seer's avatars and gravely injured another. Why does Senior Li Yunzi believe he is unqualified? Back then, the Vermilion Bird Divine Sect mobilized a massive force. Even the Vermilion Bird's true spirit led the way. Li Yunzi's tone remained calm. Before he went to Qing Lin's cave, he spoke with me. I know his cultivation clearly. He did not believe Wang Lin could have advanced so drastically. In his eyes, such rumors were baseless. The beautiful woman fell silent, doubt forming within her. The corpse sect had gathered many clues. Their conclusion pointed toward Wang Lin, the one from Qing Lin's cave, as the new Vermilion Bird Divine Emperor. Yet Li Yunzi's words shook that certainty. This Wang Lin was once All Heaven's Thunder Celestial. If even All Heaven denies it, she did not continue. The person you speak of is Wang Lin, Moji suddenly asked. At that moment, Li Yunzi abruptly raised his head. His expression shifted as he looked toward the hall's entrance. Moments later, Moji did the same. The beautiful woman was the last to turn her gaze outward. As their eyes converged, a surge of heat poured into the hall. The fire origin energy within the space stirred violently, forming an invisible vortex. The flames seemed to awaken. They became lively, almost joyful. As they rotated, they parted as if making way, offering silent reverence. A figure slowly stepped into the hall. He wore crimson armor that concealed his face, leaving only strands of white hair visible. Behind him flowed a white cloak adorned with the Vermilion Bird's mark. It carried an immense pressure. With each step, the armor emitted faint metallic sounds. He ignored all present. The cloak drifted with his hair, and a suffocating heat spread through the hall. The fire origin energy gathered around him, swirling into a vortex. A terrifying pressure descended. Not only within the hall, across the planet and the surrounding starfield, the fire origin energy surged toward him. The shift created a vast oppressive force. 4 cultivators followed behind him. All were elders, each at the Nirvana Shatterer stage. They wore red robes, though different from Li Yunzi's. They stood behind the armored figure, silent watching. The armored man stepped forward. He lifted his cloak and sat. Through the helmet, flame-like eyes pierced outward, resting upon the 3 before him. Majesty filled his presence. The surrounding origin energy blocked all divine sense. Even if one pierced through it, very few could recognize him. Silence engulfed the hall. The beautiful woman's forehead beaded with sweat. It felt as though she sat within a furnace. With her cultivation, such heat should not affect her, but now it pressed upon her relentlessly. Junior Li Yingji of the Corpse Sect greets the Vermilion Bird Divine Emperor. She suppressed all prior disdain. Enduring the pressure, she stood and bowed deeply. What level of cultivation is this? She thought, shaken. Moji stared at the armored figure. A strange light flickered in his eyes, though uncertainty lingered. He stood and bowed. Moji of the country of Chu Yun greets the Vermilion Bird Divine Emperor. The armored figure's gaze swept across them. It paused briefly on Moji before settling on Li Yunzi. Li Yunzi inhaled slowly. He stood upright. This old man is Li Yunzi of All Heaven's Zhan family. I come on behalf of the Thunder Celestial Temple to offer congratulations on your ascension as the Vermilion Bird. Divine Emperor. The armored man's gaze lingered on him the longest. Beneath the mask, a faint smile seemed to exist, yet whether it carried goodwill or malice, none could tell. Li Yunzi's heart trembled. A trace of unease surfaced within him. Li Yunzi, the armored figure, spoke. His voice, altered by the armor, echoed faintly ethereal and distant. The unease deepened. Li Yunzi took a step back. Does the Divine Emperor know me? The armored figure said nothing. His gaze shifted to Moji. Moji suppressed his suspicion. Divine Emperor, I come on behalf of Chu Yun to offer congratulations. My teacher has sent gifts. He reached into the void. A crack appeared, unstable, trembling under the influence of the surrounding origin energy. As it began to collapse, the armored man raised his hand. The surrounding energy dispersed. The crack stabilized instantly. The beautiful woman's pupils shrank. Even Li Yunzi's eyes narrowed. Moji remained calm. He retrieved the gifts pills, treasures, and various items. Members of the Vermilion Bird Divine Sect entered, collected them, and stood aside. Finally, Moji produced a small flag, blue-green in color. The moment it appeared, a chilling aura spread outward. Even the fire origin energy paused briefly. The armored figure's eyes narrowed. "This was sealed by my teacher centuries ago," Moji said. The armored man reached out. The flag appeared in his hand. He examined it briefly, then looked at Moji. "Many thanks." Moji's eyes brightened. He looked deeply at the figure, yet said nothing. Li Yunzi also presented gifts on behalf of the Thunder Celestial Temple. Though valuable, none caught the armored man's attention. Afterward, Li Yunzi's eyes gleamed faintly. "Divine Emperor, aside from my mission, I have a personal request." The armored man's gaze fell upon him. Li Yunzi paused, then spoke. 3 years ago, the Vermilion Bird Divine Sect took someone named Wang Lin. If he is no longer of use, could you allow this old man to take him? The 4 elders behind the armored figure stiffened their gazes, turning toward Li Yunzi. The armored man looked at him and spoke slowly. "You want Wang Lin?" The unease within Li Yunzi's heart deepened. He faintly sensed hostility in the voice of the new Divine Emperor. More than that, he noticed the change in the gazes of the 4 elders. Their eyes, once indifferent, now carried something else. The armored figure looked at Li Yunzi and began to laugh. The laughter rose louder and louder. At the same time, the origin energy within the great hall began to whirl violently. The entire hall was affected. Strands of lightning flickered within the swirling energy, crackling with sharp, piercing sounds. Li Yunzi's mind trembled. He rose abruptly and stepped back several paces. His eyes locked onto the armored man as he spoke. "What does the Divine Emperor mean? If Wang Lin—" Before he could finish, his words were cut off. The armored man spoke slowly, his tone calm yet heavy. "I have heard that Wang Lin is your all-heavens Thunder Celestial. Tell me, is it you who wants him? Or is it the Thunder Celestial Temple that seeks him?" Li Yunzi frowned. After a brief pause, he replied, "Although he was once my all-heavens Thunder Celestial, his title has already been stripped." He looked directly at the armored figure. "Though I have come personally to request him, this matter also represents the will of the Thunder Celestial Temple." The armored figure's smile seemed to seep even into the armor itself. His voice remained slow, measured. "Oh, then I wonder, what grievance exists between this Wang Lin and your all-heaven?" The unease in Li Yunzi's heart intensified further. After a moment of thought, he said, "He has many ties with the Thunder Celestial Temple. It would be inconvenient to list them one by one. However, with me, he has taken an important treasure belonging to my family. Naturally, I must reclaim it. So that is your reason for wanting Wang Lin. Understandable." The armored man nodded slightly. Yet the 4 elders behind him revealed strange expressions, though none of them spoke. "I hope the Divine Emperor can grant my request," Li Yunzi said, relaxing slightly. Though arrogant by nature, he did not dare offend the 4 divine sect. Though they had declined, their foundation remained deep. Even all heaven held some fear toward them. "You claim Wang Lin has taken an important treasure from your Zhan family. How is it that I know nothing of this?" The armored man's sudden question startled Li Yunzi at once. Before Li Yunzi could fully react, the armored man rose to his feet. He lifted a hand and placed it upon his helmet. A gloomy voice echoed from within. "You want Wang Lin? Li Yunzi, take a good look at who I am." In that instant, the helmet dissolved into ripples, revealing the face beneath Wang Lin. "You, Wang Lin." Even with Li Yunzi's cultivation and mental strength, he could not suppress the gasp that escaped him. Shock and disbelief filled his eyes to the extreme. He staggered backward several steps without realizing it. "Impossible. How can you be the Vermilion Bird Divine Emperor?" "Impossible." His breathing became erratic, his pupils shrinking. He simply could not accept it. In his mind, Wang Lin had always been insignificant, an ant. an insect he could crush at will. The contrast was too great. It shattered reason itself. He stared at Wang Lin, disbelief written plainly across his face, yet beneath it, terror surged even stronger. One of the four elders beside Wang Lin stepped forward. His voice was cold and heavy. Insolence. Even if you represent all heaven's thunder celestial temple, you have no right to judge the vermilion bird divine emperor. With that single step, the pressure of a nirvana shatterer cultivator spread outward like a tidal wave, crashing down upon Li Yunzi. Already shaken, Li Yunzi could not withstand it. Blood spilled from his mouth as he was forced back again. His face turned pale as he was compelled to accept the reality before him. "You?" Li Yunzi Wang Lin said, his expression dark, his voice cold like the wind of the netherworld. "Did you come here to represent all heaven and congratulate me on becoming divine emperor? Or did you come to humiliate me, to enter the vermilion bird divine sect and demand the divine emperor himself? This is absurd. This matter is no different from me sending someone to the Thunder Celestial Temple to demand Master Flame's Park. Li Yunzi, unless you provide a satisfactory explanation today, you will not leave this place. By tomorrow, your all heaven will pay the price. I am not making things difficult. Fellow cultivator Mo Ji of Chu Yun can testify for me." Wang Lin did not give Li Yunzi even a moment to respond. His words struck like thunder, relentless and decisive. Li Yunzi's mind was already reeling. These words forced another mouthful of blood from him. His face grew even paler. Just as he attempted to speak, Moji stepped forward. "I can testify," Moji said calmly. Li Yunzi was unreasonable first. He demanded the vermilion bird divine emperor. "My words represent the country of Chu Yun." The beautiful woman from the corpse sect smiled faintly, her eyes gleaming. "Since I was also present, I can testify as well." Senior Li Yunzi's request was indeed absurd. Li Yunzi had not even regained his breath when he heard their words. He coughed up more blood. Then he lifted his head sharply, staring at Wang Lin. Wang Lin let out a cold sneer and sat back down. He raised his right hand as if examining his fingernails. He paid Li Yunzi no attention at all. Within the vermilion bird divine sect, Li Yunzi could not escape. Had the man not made such a ridiculous request, Wang Lin would not have acted so. But now a lesson was necessary. Not only Wang Lin behind him, the four elders also stared coldly at Li Yunzi. Silence filled the hall. Moji looked at Wang Lin, a trace of melancholy in his eyes. He had never expected that the old friend his teacher once mentioned would be Wang Lin. He recalled their first meeting on Suzaku. It had been within a temple on a night of rain. At that time, Wang Lin had just obtained his domain, had only reached the soul formation stage. Yet that single night of seeking the Tao had left a deep impression on Moji. The woman from the corpse sect remained silent. She watched Li Yunzi with a half-smile as though observing a spectacle. Sweat slowly formed upon Li Yunzi's forehead. He knew clearly that with his current cultivation, escape from the Four Divine Sect was impossible. Wang Lin's move dragging the Thunder Celestial Temple into this was ruthless. This was no longer a personal matter. It had become a matter of the entire Thunder Celestial Temple insulting the vermilion bird divine emperor. This was the complete opposite of all heaven's original intent. "I was reckless in this matter," Li Yunzi finally said after a long silence. His expression was bitter. "But this is a personal matter. It has nothing to do with all heaven." He clasped his hands toward Wang Lin despite his reluctance. Rage burned within him, fierce enough to scorch the heavens. Humiliation gnawed at his mind. In the past, Wang Lin had been beneath him, had needed to observe his mood, had been someone he could kill at any time. Even during their last meeting, Wang Lin had been cautious. When summoned, he had come immediately to observe the battle scroll. He had not dared refuse. Li Yunzi remembered this clearly. He had intended to use that pressure to force Wang Lin to continue exploring the battle scroll for him. If not for Qing Shui, Wang Lin would have long since become his puppet. Yet now he was forced to bow, forced to explain himself, forced to endure humiliation. How could he accept this? But if he did not endure it, he would die here. To insult the Divine Emperor, those 4 words alone were enough to ensure he would never leave the 4 divine sect alive. Wang Lin acted as though he had not heard a single word. He continued to examine his hand. Veins bulged across Li Yunzi's body as he suppressed the fury within. He glanced at the 4 Nirvana Shatterer elders and felt his heart tremble. After a moment, he forced a respectful expression onto his face. I hope the Divine Emperor will not take offense at this old man's mistake. I was indeed reckless. I did not intend to insult reckless. Wang Lin interrupted, still looking at his hand. I asked you clearly before whether this matter was personal or represented all heaven. I remember your answer well. Tell me, what item belonging to the Thunder Celestial Temple do I possess? You. Li Yunzi raised his head. Rage surged within him, nearly erupting, yet he did not dare release it. If Moji and the corpse sect woman were not present, he might have already risked everything. Even if he died, all heaven would avenge him. But now the initiative was no longer his. With witnesses present, even all heaven would hesitate to wage war against both the Alliance and the 4 divine sect over such an absurd demand. Wang Lin's gaze toward him was cold and oppressive. Li Yunzi understood if he lost control, now death would come instantly. Lord Divine Emperor, I was wrong in this matter. Li Yunzi clenched his fists, his body trembling. Never since the beginning of his cultivation had he suffered such humiliation. Wang Lin lowered his hand, his gaze fixed on Li Yunzi, each word deliberate and cold. I want all the battle scrolls of your Zhan family. Hand them over, and I will let this matter pass. You have 15 minutes to decide. With that, he waved his hand. Fire origin energy gathered before him, forming a stick of incense that floated in the air. As the incense burned, time began to slip away. Li Yunzi's heart struggled fiercely. As the incense neared its end, he knew his time was running out. Invisible pressure pressed down upon him from all sides. The bitterness in his expression deepened. At last he nodded. He raised his right hand and tore open the void. A crack appeared. From within, 3 scrolls flew out. Dense battle intent surged from them, filling the surroundings.